Have you had this conversation before? So, what shows have you been watching? Oh, Wednesday season 2 just came out. That was fun. I just started watching Dexter. I'm really loving it so far. I just watched Caught Stealing and Superman. Super awesome movies. What about you? Oh, I just finished Gentry Child vs. the Underworld. Loved it so much, even made a video about it. Flow was actually surprisingly good for a show with no humans and no dialogue. I was quite entertained. The Demon Slayer movie I'm probably gonna watch, and the Steel Ball Run trailer just dropped. Can't wait to see my favorite cowboys in action. Hold up, aren't those all animations? Yeah. Dude, aren't you like 27? Why are you watching cartoons? Pfft, grow up. Look at this dude. I can't even believe I'm hanging out with you. Grown ass man over here getting excited about his horses getting animated. That's probably why your girlfriend broke up with you. Over here acting like a child watching shit like JoJo. Come on bro, lock in, go out in the real world and do some real things.
Punch!
It feels like every generation or every other generation, we have a wave of animated media just flooding the market. Of course, starting everything off is Disney in the late 30s, 40s, and 50s, providing banger movies such as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Bambi, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, just classic after classic. And Disney would hold up the throne up until the introduction of Pixar, with their new approach of CGI animation in the mid to late 90s, using computers to animate instead of paper cells that have been the standard since the start. With them coming out of the gate swinging with the release of Toy Story in 1995, and later on in the early 2000s with Monsters Inc., The Incredibles, Cars, Finding Nemo, and many more, making them a staple in the animation space. And recently we have seen a meteoric rise of Japanese animation or anime taking over the internet, and I think we still haven't experienced the peak of anime popularity. In my eyes, it's still yet to be seen. Of course, there are other types, not just the ones I mentioned, like Cocomelon or Bluey, like shows for toddlers. But in this video, those types of shows are not what I'm talking about. But legit, since my birth to up until now, I have noticed something. I have experienced something. A certain type of individual, a person not really fond of this media, very open about it and judgy towards a person who doesn't share the same viewpoint as him. Let me introduce you to what I like to call the animation hater, and I don't understand them. You see, as a kid, I obviously watched cartoons, children's shows, and things of that nature. I think most of us have. But unlike many of my peers, that itch for Saturday morning cartoons kinda never went away. In my early years, adolescence, and even now into a full-fledged degenerate adulthood, I still find myself consuming and enjoying this type of media. You can use my channel as proof. The last 2 uploads were me talking about an animated show. So when I see people that don't appreciate it, or worse yet, bash on it, call it bad without even watching it, and make fun of people who do enjoy it, that high-key surprises me. And I know that most of the people will agree with me on this. I've seen a news story a few months ago that said that more than 50% of Netflix users watched anime in the first half of 2025, which proves to me that I'm not alone on this. Ignoring the fact that most of you watch this piece of garbage, but that is a story for another time. So I'm here today as a proud member of the Animation Enjoyer Club that is totally real and not clearly made up by me. Right now, I will defend every argument against animation that I could find and tell all of these people that they are wrong. This group of animation haters have been growing in popularity for quite some time, and I never really knew why. And I always wanted to say something about it, but never knew when or how or why. But after randomly scrolling on Instagram Reels and seeing my 20th car crash in a row, I get served a clip of Shroud that helped me put this final piece of the puzzle in place. I don't think I need to explain who Shroud is to most of you, but the people who don't know, he's a 31-year-old Twitch streamer with 11.2 million followers, an ex-Counter-Strike pro, and overall chill, funny dude. And I just wanted to say that this will not be an attack on Shroud as a person. I have nothing but respect for the guy and wish him nothing but the best. It's just that his opinion on animation is wrong. After someone in his Twitch chat tells him that Shroud owns a lightsaber but refuses to watch anime, Shroud had this to say.
You have a real life lightsaber, but you won't watch anime because it's cringe? Dude, I have like 3 lightsabers. You watch your mouth. Bro, I can't watch stuff that's not real. It's not real. There's no emotion. That's like watching a Disney Pixar movie and being like, oh, like, bro, it's not real.
basically saying that it's not real, no emotion behind it, and that live action is always and will be superior. Which is an opinion I never really understood, which to any normal person watching this is complete bullshit. Take stories like Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Silent Voice, Vinland Saga, Flow, Coco, Up, Finding Nemo. Shit that will make Tony Montana cry like a baby. But to them, as soon as they see that it's animated, their brain just turns off and negative Nancy activates and just stares at the screen angrily, waiting for it to finish. Just not giving it a chance and mean mugging until the movie ends. Yes, it's true that quote unquote it's not real because it's all drawn or computer animated, but real people wrote the script, made the storyboards, drew it and edited. Real people voice acted. It's not like some guy in his mother's basement just shat this out into ChatGPT, tweaked it for like 20 minutes and now it's in theaters. On average, it takes more time and more people and more money to make an animated movie than a live action one. I'm not talking about you, Flo. Fuck out of here. On the topic of not being real, I did some research on Shroud's favorite movies. I just wanted to see what he liked. Maybe he's a man of his word and only sticks to real media. Maybe some crime shows, maybe rom-coms, I don't know, like a cooking show. Stuff that's real and you can experience, not this drawings, fiction, and children things. So let the man talk. So Shroud, what is your favorite movie?
You know what I watched recently?
What?
Guess.
Which is it a show or a movie?
A movie. You know it, bro. Come on.
I know it. Okay. I know
it's my favorite. I watch it all the time. It's action. It's around the 2000s. Like mid-late
Dark
2000s.
Knight, is it?
Oh yes, it is. You have a real life lightsaber, but you won't watch anime because it's cringe. Dude, I have like 3 lightsabers. You watch your mouth.
So Star Wars and Batman. Okay, Batman I kinda understand, as he's the most realistic superhero out there, and to Shroud he's probably the most relatable, but still, the story is all fiction, the characters are all not real, the location, not real. Just because it's live action, don't make it more real. In Star Wars,
Fighters accounted for.
Proceed with the countdown.
also very realistic. And I know some people are gonna think that I'm nitpicking arguments and blah blah blah, but if your main point of why you don't watch animation is because it's not real, and then you go out and watch fiction that is also not real, makes no sense. Fiction is fiction, none of it is real. So what difference does it make if one is presented in live action and one is presented in animation? If you want something real, go watch something real. Don't be pulling this crap. In another clip where Shroud is talking to Ludwig, he said,
No, I don't watch anime.
Wait, no anime at all?
No.
Is it because you think it's dumb or stupid or?
Nah, there's just like no emotion, It's just a bunch of cartoons. Dude, it's like you're just watching like drawings, bro.
I have a feeling that Shroud isn't a fan of art museums then. So in his eyes, this and this is exactly the same thing, and you can see that real people put their emotion into it, so voice actors just don't do that, and people who write the script, draw or animate just have no feelings towards it whatsoever. Voice actors and actors have the exact same job. Just because one gets in a costume and is on camera doesn't make it superior than the other. Live action actors aren't writing the script, they're not directing or producing anything, they are just really good at pretending to be someone else. Exactly like a voice actor. Shroud, I love you, but you have no idea what you're talking about.
Shut the fuck up!
I'm still trying to understand this point, because ain't that what regular cameras do? Just shoot pictures really fast. So fast in fact that you cannot see it. Pretty much every single video that you see is technically just pictures moving. Some you may notice and a lot you don't.
It's taking 30 pictures per second.
And I can do you one better. Here's a clip of Shroud's favorite movie, The Dark Knight. And now here's it when it's slowed down. So you can see it really is just pictures moving. I feel like that was an asshole response, because it is, but to degrade any piece of animated media into just pictures moving is so disingenuous. Like, you haven't seen anything about it, not a trailer, not anything about a character, not anything about the story, just to say you don't like it because it's just pictures moving. I don't know, man, you need a couple things moved in your brain in order for me to take you serious.
Shut the fuck up!
This point I think is the most reasonable I can think of. Yes, most of animated media is marketed towards children. Most people who watch it are children. No, I cannot deny it, I have noticed. But still, my response is that it still doesn't change the product. If the movie stays the same but the marketing was different, would that change your mind? I don't think it will. Shows like Family Guy, The Simpsons, BoJack Horseman, and Inside Jobs are very much not intended or marketed for children to watch. Just like the whole drama between Billboard's Hot Country charts and the song Old Town Road. As the song was getting big, it obviously made the country chart, but it was suddenly removed because it was marketed as a hip-hop song, which left people confused and then prompted people to say if the song wouldn't have changed but the marketing, and then it suddenly became okay. Maybe I can see it for things like Bluey and Cocomelon, and I've seen a lot of adults watch and talk about Bluey, but that doesn't mean it's only for children. Animation can be for everyone, but if you go into the theater or watch some animation on whatever device you watch, expecting that whatever you see you won't like, you're just preventing yourself from enjoying it without even giving it a chance. Look, I don't want to come off here and say that one is better than the other. If you prefer live action, that is totally fine. But these people have made it a mission to come after us just because we don't mind a little bit of goofiness. The world is already so serious. Let us have some fun in watching whatever we want. The beauty of animation is that it's not real. That's why we love it. It can push boundaries, explore different ways to tell a story, and get away with things that live action cannot. Live action shows very rarely can get away with talking toys, babies with laser eyes, tentacle monsters, and many more other weird things. If all stories were just dialogues between two people about a serious topic and real life issues, which I have no problem with that, but most of us would rather see something fun and exciting to take our eyes off of all the serious things that are happening and turn off our brain for a couple hours. Not everything needs to be that serious, but these people, whenever they say those kinds of things, it always comes with ego, pride, and self-centeredness. Like they are better than everyone just because they watch real stuff and I'm a man and I don't like that childish shit. Bro, you look like that Buzz Lightyear meme from Toy Story. Okay, no one thinks you're special. You're the same people who complain about modern music and how it's so bad and you can only listen to real music, and everyone who disagrees with you is just a slobbery, brain-rotted TikTok music follower. Like, just because you know more than 5 Queen songs doesn't make you better than everyone else. Like, I swear, the ego is in the sky, higher than Gojo's soul right now. Let's fucking go. I am so sorry I had to do that one. To finish this off, I just wanted to say that if you prefer live action to animated, that is completely fine. You can just say, you know, it's not for me, I'm too old for that. If you like it, you like it. I just don't. That is completely fine and perfect. But a lot of people don't or can't think like that and just want to put these people down to lift themselves up. And to those people, I just wanted to say, no one thinks you're unique just because you prefer 500 Days of Summer rather than your name. Simply off the fact that it's live action. I'm Spaceman Dino. Hope you enjoyed.